This off-grid wilderness trapline series documents a 3-month trapping season in the North Maine woods from our off-grid cabin. This documentary is for educational purposes only. All right, good morning. I couldn't do it, I couldn't sleep. So I laid there thinking about the traps I set, looking at them on the GPS, and I counted them again. I was able to get 19 out yesterday, and we're gonna check them for the first time today. So we're coyote trapping today. They're staked to the ground, so they're not on drag. So we'll know pretty quick if we got one or not. But I get too excited and can't sleep. I don't know if you guys ever trap. Do you guys do the same thing? It's like opening day of deer season for a lot of people, or opening day of trout season, or whatever. But I'm like this just about every day once I get some sets out there. But it was a pretty warm night last night, so I doubt much fur moved. I don't have super high hopes for today, or I guess I do have high hopes, but it's gonna be a day or two for my scent to kind of dissipate in these areas. Anything today, absolute blessing. We'll see what happens, but there's always a chance, and you can't catch them if you don't have some traps set. All right, now we got some onyx working, so I got a trap up ahead of us. I'll keep you guys along for the first trap of the day, and then I'll bring you on periodically, and if I'm fortunate enough to catch anything, of course, I'll bring you on for that too. So, all right, here's the first set. Oh man, am I friggin' excited. I got nothing in it, but man, this is exciting. All right, doesn't look like anything even visited today. So that was the one I made at the very end of the day yesterday. So, all right guys, next time I turn you on, hopefully we got some fur, but can't promise anything. All right, so we checked the first 5, nothing yet. Really happy with the sets. I'm struggling to pinpoint locate them, of course, in the dark with a light, which is good, because that means they're not too obvious. You know, if a human can find my sets really easily, then there's probably no chance a coyote's gonna step on it. So that's been good. I'm using Onyx map, GPS'd all the spots so I know where each trap is, and then when I get there, it's just a matter of pinpointing it. And if I have a coyote, then we'll know it. All right, I got a trap right over here. Nothing in it. Got a dirt hole right there, and I got a little stepping stick for him to step over, and there's a dirt hole in that mound right there, and a couple rocks to help steer it a little bit, but nothing in it. Doesn't look like anything's visited it and messed with it or stolen anything, so we're gonna continue on. I'm still excited. I still have very high hopes. I didn't see any coyote sign for this first like 10 or 11 traps that I set. I just set up pretty good areas, and then I did start seeing some sign on the next road over, where I got maybe 5 or 6 sets over there. Sun's just coming up. Oh, there she is. No, it's a bull. Okay, cool. 2 cows. No. Oh, nice bull. Shoot. All right, so it's 2 bulls. They just ran in the woods. So I saw a cow in the road, cow moose right there in the road. And then when I got to this chopping, there was 2 bulls. One nice one had palms, real high palms, and then one little kind of, just palmated, smaller bull. It's great. So that's 3 moose this morning. 1 partridge. No coyotes yet. Still running the line. I might have 4 more sets to check. Hoping. I'm still in a t-shirt right now, guys. It was 52 degrees last night for a low, so it's not really great for the fur to be moving, but they still move, so we still have hope. And then I got another half dozen or so traps in the crate that I got to set today, so then I'll have all my coyote sets out. Nothing in the last trap. There it is right there. It's just in front of that little dirt hole. Pretty good set. Nothing really moved last night for coyotes. I mean, in years past, you know, sometimes you get digs, sometimes you get coyotes working a set, trying to get that bait, and you just miss them because, you know, that's on the trapper for not setting the trap in the right spot and not guiding them the right way. But I didn't have those opportunities last night. So I either got to make this, right now I'm at 35 miles. I got another couple miles to camp. So about a 40-mile loop. Wilderness coyotes are way different than any other coyotes. There's different types of coyotes according to where they live. You know, like I've seen city coyotes. I've seen coyotes in Los Angeles. I've seen coyotes in New York City. I've seen them right outside of Denver. But there's also rural coyotes. There's town coyotes and there's farm coyotes. You know, and I've seen them all. And the wilderness coyotes are by far the hardest ones to catch because they just have they don't get to smell humans very often. So when a human like me comes into the picture, they bust me really quickly. Whereas like if I'm on the farm and they're smelling humans all the time, I don't get busted, you know. And I could set them and catch them, and they have a lot more tolerance for human odors and human smells. Whereas up here, man, it's like you are in their domain. They're not in yours. And you know, they bust you pretty quick. So you got to get tricky. You got to get sneaky with them. You got to be careful with your own odors and scents, and then you got to get them moving, and you got to get around them. And they just didn't move yesterday, so that's why I didn't catch anything. But the cool thing is, my sets are out. They're alive. They all, but maybe like one or two, look really good. I got a couple that are a little wonky. I might have tried to guide the foot a little too much and made it look weird, but I didn't get any refusals or digs or anything. So, oh, and the other thing about wilderness coyotes is they'll like move in a pack or a small pack or a family group into areas. You know, like, so this 40 miles that I just set, it isn't that there's no coyote, that there aren't going to be coyote in this area. It's that nothing's in this area right now. You know, like next week or tomorrow or the week after, I could have 10 or 15 coyotes move in on the hunt. So that's, you know, that's another thing about the wilderness coyotes is if you make good sets and set really good areas where they should frequent, then they will frequent them eventually, and you'll snap them. So if you guys are trapping in the North Maine woods or some wilderness coyotes, keep your head up. Know that it's not going to be, you know, rapid and frequent, and make good sets so you're ready for when they do come through. All right, we are back. We're back. Everybody made it back around the same time. Got a tailgate full of birds. We got this one weird looking one with a long bill. That's the weirdest partridge I've ever seen. I think Russell got that with the dogs. But we got a slug of them there. Put some breasts out here to eat. And I don't know what Russell's working on. What are you working on, Russell?
Water.
Some water. Jesse and I are gonna dip some traps. We got some extra conibears from some buddies, and got some Andy Stowe's trap dye. And I've always used white fuel or white Coleman fuel in the past, but I forgot to get some. So we're gonna use gasoline. You could use unleaded gasoline for it too. And it's a good drying day, and the gas will evaporate and it'll leave the dye on the trap. So that keeps the trap from rusting up, and you don't get that rust color on your Marten or your Fisher or anything like that, like a rust stain. And it preserves the trap and keeps it working freely. So that's what Jesse and I are gonna do. We'll bring you guys along. Then later on today, at some point, I gotta go get some more coyote traps in the ground. That one of Mike's bells?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Well, we were dinner one time, and there was a tip for the kitchen staff.
We are eating some grouse tonight.
Wait, what?
These boys shot twice their legal limit in grouse.
You know we do.
Well, it's coffee time, day 2. Hopefully, I got a coyote pinned to the ground out there somewhere. Gonna go check those 19 traps and hopefully get the other 8 out today. I didn't get the other 8 out yesterday because I went bird hunting with my buddy Russell and a bunch of his dogs, and we got no points, no flushes, nothing. So there's this dog right here, the best of the best.
1 point.
So maybe today we'll get some birds and we'll get into some coyote. But we had some good partridge last night for dinner. Partridge and noodles. It's hard to beat. I'm not getting it done yet. I had got one more trap to check. I had one close encounter where a coyote got the best of me and dug up my trap pan cover and took my trap pan cover and exposed my trap without setting it on. Got the best of me, probably just maybe I didn't have enough dirt on top, or maybe that hollowness with the trap pan cover. Or maybe it wasn't bedded right, I don't know. There's a lot of maybes when you don't catch one. I'll have to ask that coyote later on. All right guys, I'm gonna set a coyote trap in this region right here. It's a decent area. I got like the top of a hill. I got a gravel pit kind of over here with some water in it. A little bit of an intersection type of spot where I think the coyote are gonna come through from different angles. So there's usually some human scent in this area. You know, I've seen some people camp, you know, side of the road here for moose. And anytime you got a water hole like that, you get people coming and going. They should be used to a little bit of human scent here, which should help me. So what I have here is I have a bank with some decent gravel below it, where I think I can make a pretty good set and have it hidden and have like a dirt hole set that'll be able to trick a coyote. So I'll show you how I make that. All right, I gotta make sure I can dig in the bank. It's a pretty good spot right about here. I'm gonna put a dirt hole if I can. Yeah. Alright, so we want to get a foot, somewhere right in here. Super hard ground, real ledgy. So the bait's gonna go in there, trap's gonna go right there. All right, she's bedded pretty well, as you can see. You take a finger and go around the jaw anywhere a coyote might step. And if it doesn't move, then you know you're bedded pretty well. That's the set right there. He's gonna probably step over this, step in front of that as he's going into that hole right there. We gotta get some bait in that hole. That's it, guys. That'll that color will blend in once it dries out a little bit, and should be pretty undetectable other than to a coyote. Hopefully that's a catch.